I'm Ayan Broomfield, former NCAA tennis champion, now focused on diversifying tennis through outreach and philanthropy. I owe my path to trailblazers before me who broke barriers. Today, a new generation is rising, bold and ready to change the game. In this series, I'll share stories from the women shaping tennis's future, both on and off the court. This is Breaking Through with Ayan Broomfield. You were born in
Silver Spring, Maryland.
And how has that shaped you, being from Maryland and the DMV? I know Francis and Haley, Robin, they all feel so connected to DC. How do you feel about being from Maryland?
Amazing. I mean, being from Maryland I was born in Silver Spring. I went to church there. We grew up in that area before moving to DC in kind of 2012.
Okay.
And my dad started working at a club in Bowie, Maryland, and coached a lot of my closest friends and family growing up. So it's funny because I never trained at JTCC, but we always played tournaments there growing up, and I didn't become super close with Robin, Haley, and Francis until we left.
Interesting.
It's so very weird how it happened. So my dad was really good friends with Francis's dad, which is how we kind of grew up knowing each other. But so everybody's known me kind of since I was like 2, 3.
Yeah, just running around.
But it wasn't until I started traveling and left DC where it's like Robin and I became super close, and we ended up training at the same places, traveling together. And then Francis, the same thing. I didn't see him until I kind of started playing the same tournaments. Yeah. And Haley, it's the same way. So we kind of grew into our closeness outside of the DMV. But right. I still think it's a beautiful thing that it brought us together.
Absolutely. Was your dad your coach?
My dad was my coach.
How was that? Because I know my dad used to coach me when I was younger, and it was great until it wasn't. I was like, okay, I don't want to hear it. Like, I need any other voice but yours. Even though I know he has the best intentions for me, and he knows what he's talking about. But just, I don't know, the church and state of it all was always weird for me.
Yeah, I think having your parent coach you is obviously not the easiest thing in the world, because like you said, we want to listen to everybody but them.
Yeah.
But we still know that they have good intentions. And I think that was the most important thing for me when I learned that obviously his intentions, he wanted the best for me. We just don't always do it in the best way. We don't always say the best things, but at the end of the day, it's all from a place of love. And I grew into that maybe around 15, 16.
Okay.
And I liked having him as my coach. Honestly, we have our struggles, but we were able to make it work. And when I didn't have a coach, I didn't want to be looking for a coach too much, because I was like, I have you. Like, why do I have to look for anybody else? So having my dad grow up coaching me, my sister and my brother was, it kind of paved the whole way, shaped the whole journey, growing up at the parks with him, coaching my mom, even playing tennis with her. So we grew up around that, and kudos to him, I guess.
So you have like a whole little tennis family going on.
Yeah.
That is adorable. Mm-hmm. I love that. And I want to make sure I get this right. You are the Blacklist 2025 Rising Star winner. Yeah. And I think about that, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
But I think about that award, and it comes back to the 75th annual anniversary of Althea Gibson breaking the color barrier here at the US Open, and how much she paved the way for Black women to be in this sport. And I think about us having nominees and recipients of a Black Tennis Award. You being a recipient of that award, what does that mean to you? Because for me, that's just incredible that we have so many people that are even nominated for that award.
Yeah. I was surprised.
Okay.
It was my first reaction. I was like, I got the email and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know I was nominated for this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know I was like an option.
You're like, this is a thing.
I was so excited. I was like, this is amazing. I had met them in London just before Wimbledon, because it was kind of at the Roehampton site is where they were.
Beautiful site.
Yes. And I expressed my gratitude for receiving the award and just being able to kind of be a representative,
Absolutely.
I guess, for younger Black athletes, and having initiatives like that create just the platform for Black athletes to become recognized like that. It was such an honor for me.
Right. And who did you bring with you to that award?
I wasn't able to go.
Oh, you didn't go at all?
I didn't go. I was so sad. I was in Portugal. I was playing my first tournament back in Portugal after being injured for a couple months, and I couldn't make it. I think it was in Queens at the tennis club for the tournament. Yeah, I couldn't make it, but I did send them a short little video, and I expressed my gratitude and thanks.
I love that. You you kind of have a similar story where you left the States to go and travel, train somewhere else. When I was younger, my parents were like, you know what, I'm Canadian, by the way. And I was in Canada, and it was a little bit tough to find players to hit with and different coaches. And they're like, I think we need to branch out a little bit. I went and trained a little bit in Florida. I went to Europe for a little bit and trained. And you actually trained in France a little bit yourself, right? I
trained in France a little bit, yeah.
What was your reasoning for kind of leaving the States and branching out to try and train somewhere else?
Yeah, it was always my dad's priority for us to go and play on clay court and practice, train, play tennis outside of the States. He knew that he didn't want us to stay kind of stuck in just playing American tennis. He wanted us to go out and experience what other people have that we didn't, you know, a lot of red clay courts, you know, so he had been trying to get us to go to Maratulu Academy for a while, and so when I got that opportunity in 2018, or it might have been 2017 November, to play a tournament there, and they recognized me and invited me to one of their Champ Seed weeks. It's Champ Seed organization. It's kind of what Patrick Maratulu has going on there.
Right.
And so it was, I mean, a blessing. I've been able to use them for the last about 5-6 years as a training base for me. In 22 to 24, I left for a little bit because my coach was at the Federation, but they've always been helpful, and my coach now, current coach, is from there. So I still use them just as much. My brother trains there as well, and it was kind of just a full circle thing for us. You know, my dad got us out, and we're able to have 2 places that we call home. So
speaking of your coach now, I heard through the grapevine that you have Kamau Murray working with you a little bit, who was Sloane Stephens' former coach and helped her win this tournament actually a couple years ago. How has he helped you at all?
Oh, Kamau's great. He's an awesome addition to the team. He started helping me around November last year when I was going through a little bit of a rough patch. And I mean, we know Kamau has experience, and we kind of knew him through Zina Garrison. So Zina's helped me for a very long time. Yeah, been a mentor to me, as Kamau is now. So he's kind of like coach mentor, takes the edge off, makes things a lot more fun, and kind of it's just kind of the more relaxing aspect
of your
team
team
for me, because I can be very rigid and serious, and so
but it's needed as an athlete.
Exactly.
You need the different styles and the different personalities.
A good balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And talking about balance, I mean, we talk about Althea Gibson and how she created this opportunity for us to play tennis as Black women, and she created this platform for us to show up authentically as ourselves. And I must say, I look forward to every single time seeing your different hairstyles and colors and the brightness that you bring onto court. Like, where does that come from? Like, how do you figure out what braid color? Like, I love it when it matches the outfit. It's so cute.
Yeah, thank you. My mom was my inspiration for that. Okay. So growing up, I did like, the most color I would do was a burgundy red.
Okay, that's as far as we were gonna go.
That's as far as we went.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know that I could do colors, you know. I thought it was like, oh, you have to dye your hair. So then my mom at one point, I think the first color I ended up ever doing was bright red, like crimson red. And she was like, she always tells me still before every hairstyle, because I tend to be on the shyer side of like the hair, where I'm like, I don't know.
You want to go the 1B?
You know?
Jet black 1B, keep it simple.
Let's just, you know, do my hair color. We don't have to go. But then she's like, no, like, you have to wear it out. I mean, it shows my character. And I don't know why I shy away from it sometimes, but I thank her for always trying to push me to do that. It was also because I wasn't getting my nails done as much as other people might. Okay. I don't go in, month out.
Yeah.
So the hair was the way for me to kind of express myself in a different way, and also my luxury, you could say. So she does it and I wear it.
Do you think that your shyness comes from the fact that you are a tennis player and it's a little bit more of a cookie cutter aesthetic?
I think so. I think it's like,
I feel you on that.
Yeah, you know, like with tennis etiquette and stuff, but like it has nothing to do, you know? I think it's more just, I don't know, afraid of potential or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that she pushes me to still, you know, wear what I want to wear and wear it boldly. Because normally, you can't wear a bright red hair color and then be like,
no, you got to go for it. We'll send it.
Like, and she knows I'm not going to do that. So she knows she just needs to get me to wear the color, and I'm going to do the rest.
But what's the personality on court? Are you kind of like intense? Are you in your face? Are you kind of just like reserved?
I can be A lot.
I
can
love
be
it.
intense. I can be quiet. I tend to kind of try to read the room. It's funny.
Okay.
Like, I feel the vibes, because I can't, we can't all go out. Well, some people can. I'm not the person that's gonna like be roaring every other point.
That was me.
It's a lot of energy.
Oh, that was me.
A lot of energy. For me, I'm like, I try to dose as the match is going. I try to read which moments of where I should like increase my intensity and which moments where I have to kind of try to stay cool and stay consistent with my kind of calmness.
Yeah. Well, going back to your mom and kind of instilling that confidence in you, I feel like that's one of the things that Althea did for us. We were able to now go on court and feel confident and be in these rooms and walk in there knowing that you deserve it, that you belong, that you should be there. I was reading that like one time at Wimbledon, she had to go in through the back door. She wasn't allowed to go through the front door, and she ended up winning that slam, going through the back door, but with the trophy.
Yeah.
So it's just like these types of stories are so inspiring.
Yeah.
I must say, I have spoken to a couple people about you, and I hear the most wonderful things, and I've been hearing the most wonderful things about you for years. About how you're such an incredible woman, how you're extremely mature, kind, gracious. Does that come from your upbringing? Does that come from being, an elder sibling, a younger sibling? Where does that, stand from?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up going to church. My mom is a very godly woman, and she kind of taught me that's where my character comes from. My character comes from the Lord. Obviously, upbringing as well. I think I'm a good child for the most part. I think I'm a pretty responsible child, and my parents brought me up as giving me the space to also be independent as well as taking care of me. And so I feel like I've always had that good balance from them. My dad's always kind of given me the space to do what I need to do.
You didn't feel restricted?
I didn't feel restricted, no. And I feel like they've balanced it out. They know when to step in and when to pull back. We're all still learning, but if there's anything I know that they've taught me, it's that. And I feel like I've been given the space to become the independent woman that I am now, and the strong and confident woman all comes from Jesus, I guess, but my mom's taught me that, yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I feel like you're lucky because sometimes tennis parents can be a lot. I have seen some things. Tennis, because it's such an individual sport,
right?
They have to be like, they feel like they have to be so hands-on and like helicopter parent. So you're lucky.
It's a parental, it's a parental instinct, right? That's their reflex. We're not all perfect, and it takes some time to grow into it. We don't have it down entirely yet.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I can't say I've always felt like, but I feel like they've pushed me to have those conversations when I need to.
Okay.
If I need somebody to step back, if I need somebody to step in, I feel like they've helped me and made me feel comfortable enough to speak out when I need to. I know that in recent years, especially coming on tour, that's something that they've tried to push me to do. Like, if I have a problem, I need to say it. So, yeah.
I was talking about you coming out on tour. Did you ever think about going the college route? Because I know in a tennis player's, career, there's always this moment when you're in juniors. It's like, okay, am I good enough, or do I want this enough to just turn pro before school? Or do I need a little bit more time? Or do I not even want to play professional tennis? Like, where was your headset at as a top junior, and when did you kind of make that decision?
We made that decision really early on.
Okay, you knew it.
Really early.
Funny enough, I spoke to your brother and I asked him, 16 years old. I asked him, I'm like, are you going to play professional? He said, absolutely. No plan B.
Yeah.
And I love it. So is that the same with you?
That's how we grew up. I mean, my sister went to school, and she did exceptionally well there, was very much recognized for her talent and academics as well. And we all went kind of online school at a similar time. But growing up for me, I was like, I didn't really think about I didn't think about college until maybe like a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was just never a priority for me. It was never a priority. I feel like no matter how it went, I was gonna try to do this. So, and it ended up going, I guess, smoothly so far. But I graduated high school earlier this year, and that was kind of when I started thinking about it, but not to play tennis, if anything, just for my academics specifically. So I'm gonna step back into it at some point, maybe try to take some online courses. And I know WTA has created pathways for us to pursue our academics when we want to. So that's something I'm definitely gonna be using in the future. But yeah, professional tennis was something that I saw from the time I was 7, 8 years old.
Do you know how rare that is to know what you want to do long term at such a young age and be able to just full send it into that career?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's my parents, right? I think our lifestyle was so cultivated around tennis and school. So, I mean, I grew up first on the tennis court, you know, and it was like just pushed into that pathway, and I really wanted it because Serena and Venus, I mean, around that time were doing so amazing, and it was what I wanted. I saw myself doing it, saw myself doing the Olympics as well, so it's, yeah. And
you talk about Serena and Venus, and that's kind of, you know, the door that Althea Gibson opened up for them to be there, for then you to see Serena and Venus. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for Black women that are looking up to you, watching you on TV, killing it at these tournaments?
Yeah, I hope that I can be recognized similarly as like Serena, Venus, Althea, Zina, Garrison, you know, Katrina Adams as well. I think when I first learned about Althea, I got goosebumps. I feel like it's hard not to. You know, creating that pathway for African Americans to feel free enough to express themselves on court and to play tennis and compete freely without, you know, being pushed aside. You know, I feel like being given that space now, and the platform that I have, following Serena and Venus and even Coco now and Taylor and Madison Keys and all those girls, it's special, and I don't think it doesn't feel like a burden. If anything, it feels very much liberating to be able to follow those people and to also make a name for myself as well. And I hope that younger African American girls and boys alike will also feel that same liberation and ability to inspire others after them.
Goosebumps.
It's hard, right? Yeah, it's hard not to, seriously. No, you ate that up.
I'm so sorry. I do really want to do something a little bit different, though. I do want to bring in your brother really quickly.
Ooh,
because, just really quickly.
Ooh, girl.
Can we bring in your brother really quickly? So I wanted to bring your brother into the fold so that I could discuss this Instagram photo. This is something that I was really interested in. It's a photo of you back in Douala, Cameroon? Douala, Cameroon. And your caption on this photo was, "Because of this, originality consists of returning to the origin." Explain that to me.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that you're bringing up the quote because I didn't think that it'd ever end up being brought up again or I'd be able to talk about it, but I'm so happy that we're talking about it because I thought the quote expressed the depth of the post for me because it was my first time ever visiting Cameroon.
Wow.
I was able to visit a ton of family. I went for a wedding, and even though it was my first time there, I still felt very at home. And we grew up in our Cameroonian roots and culture. My mom cooked all Cameroonian food at home. It was very normal for us. We grew up around our Cameroonian family. Mom and dad's side are both Cameroonian, but my dad's from the French and my mom's from the English. So I was able to visit kind of both parts while I was there, and it was a very deep and fun experience for me that I'm really happy that I have.
And it's so important to make sure that now that you have this platform that you're speaking about this and really staying true to your roots. It's really important, and I really appreciate you doing that. You spoke about cuisine and food. What are some of the Cameroonian dishes that your parents make at home for you guys?
So it can be a lot of the simple stuff, but with the Cameroonian spices.
Okay.
I mean, like you just know when you pick up the spoon and you put it in your mouth, like something tastes different about that rice with beans. It's not, there's seasoning into it. I mean, it just like,
she's adding something special.
It spikes your soul. So.
Yeah.
You guys talk about how deep your Cameroonian roots are. How important is it for you guys to continuously express that and show it on a public stage?
Yeah, being able to kind of make sure that people know that we have Cameroonian roots and my parents were Cameroonian it's special. It's a different responsibility, I feel like. My grandfather on my mom's side actually ran for the Olympics for Cameroon. Yeah, I cannot remember exactly what year.
I'll give it to him, though.
I want to say like 90 something, but I could be wrong. So yeah, he was a track runner, and my uncles and aunts always made sure, my mom always made sure to remind us of that. So I feel like being able to express that freely it helps me liberate others. I feel like it gives others the freedom to feel like they can also express themselves in that way, whether it's in me wearing my hair or whatever outfit I wear. My character, it's all the same. You know, I know where it comes from. I know how my parents brought me up, and I feel like that's kind of the advantage we get from it, and being able to also give that to other people.
How's your support actually in Cameroon?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine. It's
crazy.
I
can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they're backing you, and they have someone to look forward to on the court. What about yourself?
So for me, I truly believe that who you are depends a lot on where you came from. And remembering where I come from, going to Cameroon for the first time in 2022, I'll never forget that. That is where I won my first ITF juniors.
Congratulations.
Just that moment was really special, sharing it with my dad. I was also at the Oyibok Tennis Academy when it was still coming up. They're developing like crazy over there. And that moment was truly special, you know, doing it on really home soil, even though it was my first time there. I remember just serving for the match. It felt like home with all the support and everything. So nowadays when I get out there, when I step on the tennis court, when I do anything, I gotta remember where I'm from, because it makes it a big part of it makes me who I am, and I really just want to go out there and express myself. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to filter anything out, you know, and
be you.
And a lot of people out there, they're not always going to like you. Not everyone can like you, but the most important thing is that you step out there, you show your true self, where you come from, and you just stay real. You know?
Yeah, and actually adding on to that, I mean, rest in peace, Joe Oyibog Sr., because he was a very big representative of that, about remembering our roots, where we came from, no matter where we go, all over the world. He passed away some weeks back, but he helped us a lot. Like when we were going, the tournaments at his place, he was trying to provide. He was trying to build more tournaments so that Cameroon could see the world and the world could see Cameroon. And we had sent a lot of stuff to his students over there, whether that's old clothes or tennis clothes, and that's kind of the platform that he was pushing us to have and what to do with it. So yeah.
Actually, after you bring that up, is that part of, you know, the legacy that you want to have, is to be able to bring tennis to Cameroon or make it bigger in Cameroon?
100%, to make sure that tennis is accessible to young African American and African athletes. Being able to kind of help them with that and pave the way with what I'm doing, and then also being able to contribute in that way, making sure that there's tennis courts, making sure that they have the materials for it. That's something that my dad's always pushed me to do. It's something that I know Joseph pushed his son to do as well, and it's something that we're trying to continue and move on with in the future.
And adding on to that, when I went to Cameroon for the first time in 2022, something I really realized is a lot of those kids, all they need is an opportunity.
Right.
All they need is someone to believe and to support them and to have faith in them. You see kids playing there with beaten up shoes, broken rackets. They'll play with anything. I mean, maybe even a dirt court, not even an actual hard court. All they need is an opportunity, because they're so dedicated to what they do, especially since they come from nothing.
Absolutely.
And you know, you give them something to work with. Who knows how far they'll go.
I mean, look at Miss Gibson.
Exactly.
She was given the opportunity to go from playing in the ATA Black Tennis Association in DC. She dominated there, was given the opportunity to play and qualify for the US Open, and made complete changes in the entire sport and worldwide with race. So it just takes one opportunity.
And to win Wimbledon, she only needed a door.
Only needed a door.
Only needed a door to walk through.
Clock it. to ask you guys a little bit about your upbringing. Did you guys train together? I have an older sister, and we used to play all the time. And my goal was always to be better than her and beat her. And that was what made me, really pick tennis. So, yeah, how was that for you guys?
Okay, so I remember when we were staying in probably our second apartment. It was either in Greenbelt or College Park, Maryland. And we were always training at our apartment. My sister Clervie was always on court with my oldest sister Mokia. I was sitting in a basket. My dad put me in the basket.
Yeah.
I was throwing balls around, begging him to put me on court. I remember it so vividly, and it's little stuff like that from my childhood that, because I don't remember everything, but I can remember those
Little moments.
those
Yeah.
little moments. And hopping on court, finally being able to hop on court with both of my sisters, it was a dream come true for me. Hitting the ball with them, learning from them, and also doing my own thing. I remember I was going to school, and I was just shattering my shots.
With a spoon.
With the spoon.
A spoon in his hand.
So
My-
random.
One of my teachers called my dad one day because they thought I had some issues.
Oh,
Issues.
oh.
My dad took one look at me. He was like, "Yeah,
He's like,
don't
no,
worry
he's
about
fine. He'd be looking in like
He's
a
just
trophy
grinding.
mirror.
He's just
Oh
trying to
my
get his
gosh.
swing right.
Shadowing his shots. It was like
There
a
is-
serious thing.
You know what? I'm telling you, you were just focused. You were locked in from a
Yeah.
young age.
it." Yes, I was.
What have you learned from your sister?
I say the mental was a big part of it.
strength.
Seeing them playing, they were great balance of intense and also calm.
Yeah.
Calm, stress-free, letting the ball fly. That was something I learned a lot from them, and it's something that I'm still working on a lot to this day, because obviously, just seeing it, saying that you're gonna do it is a lot easier than
Actually
actually
doing it.
putting it into action. But again, seeing my sisters every single day playing, seeing Clervie on TV hitting the ball. I mean, if you just saw me at home while she was playing her first round match at
I wish I
Cincinnati.
Were you going crazy?
Against, I was going
I
crazy.
saw a video.
I was screaming at the TV. I was like, "Yeah, give it to him, Clervie. Give it to him."
Well, speaking of Haley, what is your relationship kind of with the rest of the girls? I know when I was playing, I was uber competitive. Like I was uber competitive. So I feel like it was difficult for me to have close friends on tour. But you guys seem to be all like this, and I'm like, how do you guys keep the competitive spirit on court and then come off court and still have that close knit relationship?
It's hard.
Okay.
It is hard.
Okay.
It's hard for me too, because I tend to be super nice. But I have so much respect for them, and even, like for Haley, for Robin. I remember even playing Haley. I mean, I told her at the end, I was like, this doesn't change anything, and that I just have so much respect for them. And I know that it's tennis. You're gonna have to play your friends. So I guess we've learned over time. Robin and I have played each other maybe once or twice. So yeah, it's tough. But I think as you go, if you play tennis, you're going to play your friends. You kind of get in the groove of it. But you manage to still keep the respect for the same people that you play, because it's just a game.
I can imagine if Miss Althea Gibson was alive now, she would probably have so much admiration for what you guys are doing, how you guys have progressed in the sport. Is there anyone right now that has kind of been mentoring you or helped you along the way? Maybe like an older player that's retired, a Serena or Venus, or even someone that's still playing right now, like a Madison Keys or Sloane Stevens, Naomi? Has anyone ever?
For me and Zina Garrison.
Okay.
Zina has kind of been there for the whole family since we were very young. I watched Zina kind of when she used to be coaching Taylor Townsend, because they were working for WTF, WTEF in DC. So I spent a lot of time around the court because my older sister was also practicing, and Zina would coach her as well. And so Zina's helped me with a lot of opportunities that I had over the years, especially one of them going to Patrick Morantagu's academy.
Right.
So we're still very close. I've used her as a mentor over the years, even though we don't talk all the time. And I think it's full circle being able to compete in my second main draw here and having Zina here and doing it on the 75-year anniversary that Althea did what she did is just full circle.
Well, I will be glued to the television if I can't get there in person, and I wish you the best of luck. It was so nice to meet you, and I can't wait to see you kill it. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Amazing.